Hey, it's Deanna. Welcome back to the Teacher's Lounge for another WIP and Chat. Today we're working on Eden Floral from Diamond Art Club, and I'd love it if you join me. So go ahead and grab your beverage of choice, grab your WIP, have a seat, and let's chat. Today we're doing a cozy diamond painting WIP and Chat, and I know that there are a lot of diamond painting beginners in the community, so I'm going to explain some lingo in this video, like what are A/B drills and how DMC codes work, while I catch you up on my life and what I'm reading. So if you're looking for a stress relief hobby, you are in the right place. So during my WIP and Chats, I tend to ask a lot of questions, and you can answer as few or as many questions as you want to in the comments. Please don't feel like you have to answer every single question that I ask. The reason why I ask so many questions is because I like to treat my WIP and Chats like a FaceTime call or a phone call. So if I'm just naturally having a conversation with you over FaceTime or video call or phone call, I'm going to naturally ask you questions. So those are just questions that come to mind as I'm talking to you. So I don't want you to feel, though, that you have to respond to every single question in the comments, because you do not. You just answer what you want to answer. So got that out of the way. Also, I wanted to talk about why I call my WIP and Chats Teacher's Lounge, the Teacher's Lounge. The reason why I call it the Teacher's Lounge is because I'm a teacher. And I feel like my WIP and Chats very much resemble the atmosphere of a teacher's lounge, or if you're not an educator, think break room, right? It's where you go to kind of catch up with your colleagues and, just kind of shoot the breeze in a sense, and see how life's going. So I wanted to call my WIP and Chats the Teacher's Lounge to help make that connection with education. So anytime I'm doing a Teacher's Lounge video, it's just my way of saying there's going to be a lot of yapping from Deanna. So that's the intent or purpose of. He is literally cutting right next to the window. I'm so sorry. I thought they were done, but apparently he is not done. And that's okay. So, yeah, those are I completely lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I sometimes have squirrel moments like those where I get distracted and I forget what I was saying. Also, I have never done a WIP and Chat before. My kitten chat was the first. Oh my gosh. See, this is why I don't do WIP and Chats. I'm putting this on the wrong one. My kitten chat was my first time recording myself chatting while I'm kitting up. Usually I just like to record the kid up and that's it. So give me a little bit of grace. I'm still trying to figure out the angles, and I really waited because I wanted to find a time to do a WIP and Chat where, it was quiet and peaceful and all the things. But you know how life is. Life is never quiet and peaceful. Of course, when I decide I want to do a WIP and Chat, we got to cut the grass, and, the kids have things to do, so they're coming in and out while I'm trying to record. So this is just raw, unfiltered life for me. So thank you for being patient with me while I figure this all out. So something else that I wanted to talk to you about is that in my last video, so I'm doing if you don't know already, I am doing a stash tour video. When I did my kitten chat video, I talked about how I was experiencing burnout, and I was really experiencing some overwhelming feelings because I have what I would consider a lot of kits in my stash. And so just the idea of thinking about all these kits I have to do, it was starting to feel like a chore or a to-do list. Like, I got to do this one, and then I got to do that one, then I got to do this one. And so it was starting to get really discouraging, and I didn't want to diamond paint because I would rather just avoid it altogether. Since I'm feeling overwhelmed about, my stash, you know what? I'm just not even going to diamond paint at all. I'm just going to avoid my stash and avoid diamond art. So instead of doing all that, I had a conversation with myself and with my sister, and we talked about reframing it. And so one of the ways that I wanted to reframe it was to assign my kits purpose. And so I have two videos. I'm going to upload another video, a third video. It's a series where I go through the diamond art kits in my stash, but then I share how I'm repurposing those kits. So one kit is going to be my Sparkle Showcase kit, and that kit is just a kit that I'm assigning your purpose is to sparkle and to shine and to be pretty. So with that said, on one of those videos, my most recent one, I had a comment that was asking about the different types of drills, which is fair. If you are new to diamond painting and you just stumble upon my page and you see one of those stash tour videos, and I'm saying square drill, round drill, AB drill, fairy dust drill, I can see you being like, what language is she speaking? What is she talking about? And you know what? That's fair. I'm not mad at that. So I wanted to take a couple minutes to kind of explain some of the language of diamond art to you. So that way, if you are new and just watching this first whip and chat of mine, and you're thinking about diamond art but not sure what it is, let me take a few minutes to break down some of the terminology for you. Okay, so drills are the diamonds or the beads or the gems. The technical name for them is drills. Don't ask me why. I actually tried to do a little bit of research before I sat down to record this video because I knew I was going to bring that up. And there are so many variations on why drills are called drills. So you know what? I don't know. You'll have to put your Googles on or go search Google and figure out which variation of the definition you want to use as your reason as to why they are called drills. That's just the name that they have been called. That's also why I like to say diamond drills, because then that helps explain what they are. If you just say drills, or bills, no, drills, and you're new to diamond art, you may not know what I mean. So I try to say diamond drills. So there are square and round drills. This canvas that I'm working on, Eden Floral, is a square drill canvas, but they also have diamond drills that are round, and typically is either square or round. The round canvases or round diamond drills tend to be a little bit more user-friendly because there is more room for error, in the sense of with square drills, if you have a drill out of alignment, then it can throw off the lines for all of your other drills that you lay. So square drills can be a little bit more finicky because you have to be a little bit precise when you're placing the drills in the square. And so if you place one crooked, then the whole line's going to be crooked, and then your lines aren't straight. And so it doesn't look the best it could look. So for that reason, some people will kind of lean towards the round ones because those are more beginner friendly. If you like square drills, like me, you like the complete look of it, because with round drills, there is the exposed canvas. And so if you don't like that look of being able to see the canvas beyond the drills, then maybe a round drill canvas or kit is not your jam. Also, another term is kit. In my stash tour, I say the word kit a lot. And so a kit is called a diamond art kit because everything that you need to diamond paint, comes already ready in a kit form. You shouldn't have to buy anything when you buy your diamond painting canvas or your diamond painting kit. So it's called a kit because it comes usually with a tray, with a pen, with the drills, with the canvas, with a color code key or a sticker sheet. It usually comes with all of that. And the idea is that you should be able to buy the kit as is in diamond paint. So that's why it's called a kit. And that's why we say we are kitting up, because we're taking our kit and we're getting it up and ready to diamond paint. And then when we are done, we kit down, because we are taking everything down out of the containers, out of the storage, right? And we are kitting down. So kitting up and kitting down come from the term kit and diamond art kit. So that's where that comes from. So back to what I was saying with the round and the square drills. So the round and square drills. I typically buy my canvases from Diamond Art Club, and it's not that I don't want to buy my canvases from other companies. I do, and I probably will in the future. But for me, I feel like Diamond Art Club is very much like the Apple ecosystem. Like once you are waist deep, it's hard to get out because you already have so many things from them that it's just hard. So for example, I have Apple products. So I have like an iPad, I have an iPhone, I have a MacBook, I have a Apple Pencil. And it's like, I would never change my phone to an Android because I'm already so deep into the Apple ecosystem. That is very much how I feel about purchasing canvases from Diamond Art Club. It's like, I like it. It's good quality. Why would I go somewhere else? I'm already like waist deep in the ecosystem. So that's why a lot of my stash is Diamond Art Club. Now, I'm not opposed to buying canvases from other diamond art companies, but typically I buy from Diamond Art Club because it's just easier. I already have an account. I already get reward points. Like I already have my credit card stored in the system. I don't know. It's just easier for me. So it's not that I don't like any other diamond painting company. I just prefer Diamond Art Club because I'm already invested by this point. So, and they have a feature on their website where you can do like a spreadsheet of all of your purchases. This is your warning not to do that. Don't do that. You might shed a tear if you see how much you have spent on Diamond Art. So don't export the spreadsheet that tells you how much you spent on Diamond Art Club's kits. Just, we're going to just say ignorance is bliss in this situation. We are not doing that. But yeah, so that's why I typically tend to buy Diamond Art Club diamond painting kits. So Diamond Art Club, they have square and round drill canvases. Some companies offer both options. So for example, you could buy like an image in either a square or a round drill canvas. But Diamond Art Club chooses what they think fits best to the image. Like what is going to be the best rendering. Rendering is when they take a picture and they make it into diamond art. So it's going to be the best rendering that's not going to be too pixelated. That's usually how they decide which shape they want to use for their drills. So you don't get a choice with Diamond Art Club. It's either the square drill or it's the round drill canvas, but it's not usually an option. You just take what they give you. But they have experts that I assume know what they're doing. So I don't really have any complaints. There have been a few times where I'm like, man, I wish that was a square drill canvas. But because I don't really cut myself off from doing a certain type of shape. Like I don't prohibit myself like, oh, I'm not going to do that because it's round. It doesn't really matter in the long run. If I like the image, I am going to buy the kit. It is that simple. But I do prefer square drill canvases. I just like the completeness and the overall look. I like the drills snapping into place, and so square kits are just my jam. I prefer them, but I will buy a round drill canvas, and I have some in my stash if I like the image. So, but the point of all of this, is that Diamond Art Club's drills are have different. Diamond Art Club has. Let me rephrase that. Diamond drills have different facets, number of facets. And the facets are essentially the cuts in the diamond, like the angles. And so for Diamond Art Club, their round drills have 20 facets and their square drills have 15 facets, I believe. I don't know. They change things so often. I don't know. I think it's 15 facets. They used to have 20 facets on their square drills, but they changed it because those were so pointy. I actually did not care for the 20 facet. Typically, the more facets, the shinier, sparklier it is when the sun hits it or when light hits it. But I just didn't like it because oftentimes when I'm diamond painting, I like to like rub my hand on it and, make sure that there aren't any drills popping out. And I just did not like the feel of the 20 facet drills on the square canvases. It's just like, I didn't like the way it felt bumpy like that. So I'm not complaining that they went back down to 15 facets for their square drills, but then their round drills I think their round drills still have 20. I don't know. If you know, you can let me know in the comments how many facets Diamond Art Club's round and square drills have. But as far as I know, it is 15 for square and 20 for round. So that's one thing to know about diamond art, is that there's different shapes. But the question I had in my video was about the different special drills. So special drills are special drills because they're not like the normal diamond drill. They have something special added to them. So maybe they have been dipped in a metallic coating, or maybe they have some glitter sprinkled on top or inside the acrylic when they're being made. There's all types of things that they can do, but that makes them special. And typically diamond painting companies will add special drills to their canvases to highlight certain aspects of the image. So they usually pick where the special drills go on the canvas. And then usually, I don't have any complaints about that. But yeah, so those are special drills. It's just diamond painting drills that are so extra. They just have a little bit more going on. They're special. So there is a kit that I want to, what they call enhance. So enhance is where you go somewhere, Diamond Art Club sells them now, but you buy just special drills and you replace some of the diamonds you're using in your diamond painting with that special drill. There actually is a website called DP with Sparklers where she gives you enhancement suggestions, and you can also buy the special drills from her. So let's say, for example, my Sparkle Showcase kit that I shared in my stash video, if I wanted to enhance that, she already has the enhancements mapped out, which is what I love. I mean, that's the reason why I love diamond painting, is I don't have to think about it. And if I have to think about where I want to enhance it and where I want to put special drills, that just takes the fun out of it for me. So if somebody else can tell me where to put the special drills, then yeah, I can get on board with that. So that is why I think I might try DP with Sparklers, because she gives you the enhancement suggestions. So when you go to her website, you look for the kit, the diamond art kit that you want to enhance. And once you find it or click on it, it'll tell you what to replace your drills with. So it'll say, instead of using 211, that purple color, use this purple color. And that purple color is usually some type of special drill that's been enhanced, has been changed, or, has a little bit more glitter or whatever. But she'll tell you which ones to change. And so I've seen some of the DP with Sparklers enhanced kits on Facebook, and they look nice. I think they look good. I just haven't gotten to that point yet where that's something that I feel like I need to do. I feel like most times whatever special drills are in the kit is plenty, so I don't feel like I need to go out and buy additional drills. Whoops. I don't feel like I need to go out and buy additional drills to enhance my kit. So, but I do want to do it for that Geneva Bowers kit that I have with the fairy, the Sparkle Showcase kit. But we shall see. I don't know. I feel like I already pay enough for the kits. Do I really want to pay even more to enhance it? Especially if I'm not going to gift it or hang it up somewhere. I don't know. I really have to think about if that was something that I want to do, but maybe. But if you're interested in it, I would suggest going to check out DP with Sparklers. So you can see, if there's a kit on her website that already has the enhancement kit, and you can just buy all the enhancement drills at once. You don't have to figure out which ones to switch out. I think you should go for it. Some people love it. She has a Facebook group and everything dedicated just to DP with sparkles. People love it. So that is special drills. The most common special drill is an AB drill or an Aurora Borealis drill. So my understanding is that Aurora Borealis has to do with the northern lights and the shine and shimmer that happens with the northern lights. And so the AB drills or Aurora Borealis drills are meant to mimic that northern light shine shimmer type thing. So they just say AB instead of saying Aurora Borealis drills. But AB is the most common, and it's the type of special drill that you'll usually see across the board, like with a lot of diamond painting companies. What you won't see across the board are the other types of special drills like fairy dust and iridescent, because those drills typically have a name that is proprietary to whatever that diamond painting company is, or whatever the diamond painting company is. Yeah. So for example, Diamond Art Club has fairy dust, but no other company has fairy dust drills. They have fairy dust drills, but they call them something else, but essentially they are fairy dust drills. So that part can get a little bit confusing if you buy from several companies, but if you just buy from Diamond Art Club, it is pretty straightforward. I will actually insert a graphic to show you the different special drills that Diamond Art Club has, so you can check that out. Something else that's important to know about drills is that they have an assigned color, a DMC color. Again, don't ask me what DMC stands for because I do not know, but they have a DMC color. I do know that DMC comes from embroidery thread, or DMC like floss. And so diamond painting companies have adopted the DMC code. And so that just means when you buy a diamond art kit, and if it comes with, for example, 327, it doesn't matter what company you're with, 327 is always going to be this purple or close to this purple. Sometimes it's not going to be exact because of dye lots. The amount of dye they put into the acrylic when they're making the drills might vary, but essentially 327 is always going to be this purple color. Now what will change is the symbol. 327 is not always going to be F. Depending on the diamond painting company or even kit by kit, the symbol could change. And so really, if you're going to keep your drills, you want to keep them by DMC number because that's universal with all diamond painting companies, and not necessarily by the symbol because that could change. So that's how we decide, not we, because I have say so. That's how they decide, or that's how we keep it universal, is through the DMC code. So diamond painters often know the most common DMC code. For example, 310, like the number 310, everybody knows that that's black. So if you see someone on a diamond painting group or saying, oh my gosh, this canvas has so many 310s, or I'm gonna death by 310s, it just means that their canvas has a lot of black drills on it, because 310 is the DMC number, or the universal code or number assigned to that color, which is black. So that just means they have a lot of black. Okay, so there was your mini lesson on the language of diamond art: square drills, round drills, special drills, facets, and DMC. I think I covered the basis when it comes to drills. It's also important to keep in mind that drills can have or can be made out of different materials. Most drills are made out of resin, but there are some diamond painting companies that will make their drills out of acrylic. These drills that I'm working with right now are made out of resin. They are not made out of acrylic. So I believe that Diamond Art Club uses acrylic for all of their drills, but I know that some companies will use acrylic for one shape, like square or round, I don't know exactly, and then resin for the other shape. I don't know how they decide or anything about that. I just know that typically it's resin but some of your budget-friendly kits might be acrylic. And really all that does is it just kind of has a different, it looks a little bit different when it's complete. I feel like the resin drills are more like crisp and clean, and they usually don't have a lot of like trash drills or drills that are like misshapen or have like a little tail on them or anything like that. So I typically prefer resin drills, but like I said, if I like the image, I'll do whatever. It can be resin, it can be acrylic, it can be square, it can be round, it can be short, it can be tall. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so that is acrylic and resin drills. This has really been therapeutic for me doing this whip and chat. I don't even know if I'm going to post it yet because I know I'm just rambling. But I'm trying to remember that I post on YouTube for whoever is meant to see it. Not for the numbers, not for the views, but I post it because, you know, I know that oftentimes people turn to YouTube or social media to make connections. So that's what I try to keep in mind. So I want to post this video and hopefully you see this video. Yeah, we'll see if you see this video or not. I don't know. And I'm sure you guys are yelling at me like, Deanna, you missed like 10/8. And I know I missed 10/8. And I hate it once I'm through with that color and I put it away. And then I realize that I have to open it back up and pull it back out. And I know that's why some people use those tray storage systems. But y'all, I don't have the space. I ain't got space. Where am I gonna put trays? I got some trays, but I use those trays for canvases that have a lot of colors. So those are I'll put the colors in there when there's a lot of it because I know I'm going to have to open that container a lot because there's a lot of that color. That's what I'll use my trays for. I have the catered trays. But yeah, I don't have a setup to have just like 100 trays in my setup. So yeah, no, I don't have that. But I do hate when I am diamond painting and I realize that I missed a color and now I got to go back and open it. But sometimes I'll just go fishing. So I'll just open a container and I'll just poke my pen in there and I'll just pull out one and then I'll be done with it. So that's also something that I do when I am missing a drill. I also wanted to tell you guys about what I am watching on TV. So I am I wouldn't say a Bravo person, but I do watch Bravo. And my favorite franchise on Bravo is, of course, The Housewives. So I am currently watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And so far it's been okay. I like the addition. The new cast member. I'm gonna try not to spoil it. But so far, yeah, I like Real Housewives of Atlanta. This season has been going pretty smooth so far. Something else that I like to watch or I started watching was Testaments. The Testaments is the Housemaids spinoff. So you know how they have, not the Housemaids. Yes, the Housemaids. Yes. I'm thinking about that movie with Sydney Sweeney, but that was not called The Housemaid's Tale. That was called The Housewives. Y'all, it's too many names. I'm getting confused. Can't keep it straight in my head. Anyway, The Handmaid's Tale. Woo! There it goes. See, it came to me. Did y'all have faith in me that I was gonna figure that out? Were you yelling, Deanna, house or handmaid, not housemaid? So The Testaments is a spinoff from The Handmaid's Tale. And so The Testaments follows Hannah, which was June's daughter from The Handmaid's Tale. And it's actually really good. I like the character that is playing, the actress that's playing June. She's doing a really good job. She got me convinced that she's June, that she's Hannah. So yeah, I'm also watching that. That's been going well. But what are you guys watching? I need to watch something else. I need to watch something that's not like too drama, like something lighthearted. I don't know. I tend to lean towards like true crime or drama or things like that. But I've really been in the mood to watch something lighthearted that's just going to have me cackling and kikiing. But I don't know what to watch. So what have you guys recently watched that really had you laughing? And you're like, oh, this is so funny. You should put it in the comments so that way I can try to watch it. So here's the thing though. I don't do dry humor. So if it's like the deadpan humor, the dry humor, the one that it's funny because what they're doing is absolutely ridiculous, no, I don't think that's funny. No, that's not funny to me. So I wouldn't suggest anything along those realms. But if it's like a rom-com, maybe. I know my sister's like, huh? A rom-com? Yes. If it's a rom-com, maybe. Yes, Jasmine, I will watch a rom-com. I just want something lighthearted. So if you're watching something that is lighthearted and fun, let me know down in the comments. I am listening to a podcast. So I like to listen to Mr. Baldwin, and he is a true crime podcaster. I like to listen to him. His episodes are really good. And the reason why I like his episodes is because they're short, they're to the point, and you get the beginning, the middle, and the conclusion in one episode. It's not oh no, I put that in the wrong spot. It's okay. C'est la vie. I don't even know. I can't figure out which one it was. So maybe once I step back, I'll be able to figure out where I put that purple, that 38, 37. Whoopsie daisy. See, I have a hard time multitasking. Am I doing F or am I doing arrow? I'm doing arrow. I'm going to hold this up like this so y'all can help hold me accountable. See, I'm doing arrow. Make sure I do the arrows, y'all. Don't let me do something else. Arrow, 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 arrow. Oh my gosh. What was I saying? Oh yes, I like Mr. Baldwin because he gets to the point on his podcast. So those are nothing like my whipping chats. But anyway, I'm just joking. I know. That's the point of a whipping chat, is not to get to the point. Or just to, chat and yap. But anyways, on YouTube, not only do I follow diamond art channels, but I also follow true crime channels or like law channels because I really like to follow court cases. Does anyone else like following court cases or is it just me? So one of the court lawyer YouTubers that I like to follow is EDB or Emily D. Baker. She has like almost 900 subscribers. So she about to hit 1 million real soon. But I love her content. So anytime a case is live streamed, she will live stream and she will give like a minute to minute breakdown of what's happening. Like she is an attorney, so she knows all the legalese and all of that. And so it's just nice to watch it with her because then she'll explain like they're having a sidebar or they're doing this or they shouldn't have said that, so, and of course she's super hilarious. So I really like watching EDB for live court cases. I watched EDB when I was following the Karen Reed case, when I was following the Corey Richardson case, and then also when I was following the Sarah Boone case. So any of those like high profile cases, she will usually follow them. And then every day when they stream it live, she'll stream it on her channel, but she'll give like, she'll break it down for us and give us a minute by minute of this is what's happening and this is why the judge said this, and because she's an attorney. So yeah, I do like to watch Emily Baker. I also like to watch the lawyer, and his name is Peter. And he doesn't usually do like Emily does with the live court cases or streaming. He will usually come at the end of the day and do like a summary, like a 1 hour summary of the case and he's also an attorney. So he'll do it from like his perspective. And he'll also, very similar to Emily, he'll explain like what's happening and, all of that stuff, but it's not in the moment. Like with EDB, it's after the fact. So you could always, watch his too if you're like, yeah, Deanna, I don't have 10 hours to sit in front of a TV and watch a case. Fair enough. Then you can just watch The Lawyer You Know or Peter, and he'll give you a 1 hour summary after each day to let you know what happened with the case. And he does a lot of high profile cases too. So he's also a really good YouTuber to follow. He has a lot of subscribers. But that's for a reason, right? That means they're doing something right. Another YouTuber you can follow if you want to follow like true crime cases or things like that. I forgot an arrow. No, the horror. What in the world? I hate when I do that. Anyway, he is a good YouTuber to follow. So those are some of the true crime YouTubers that I follow. I also follow Mrs. Jefferson Speaks. Mrs. Jefferson Speaks is someone that I found from TikTok. And she also does live coverage like Emily D. Baker does. But it's just, someone else's perspective. She's not an attorney though. She's a sleuth like us or like me. She's just someone who really likes true crime. So she just streams it on her YouTube channel. So those are some of the YouTube channels that I'm also subscribed to that are not Diamond Art. What non-Diamond Art YouTube channels are you subscribed to? Are you also subscribed to any of those attorney or true crime accounts? Or is there a true crime account that I should be subscribing to that I am not? Let me know in the comments. So let me know also what I should watch next. So I told you I was watching The Testaments, which is the Handmaid's Tale spinoff. And I told you that I was watching Housewives. But what else should I be watching? Let me know. Remember, it got to be a little bit funny. But if it's not funny, that's okay too. Something that popped up on my Netflix where it's like, this is perfect for you. You'll love this. It was, Should I Marry a Murderer? Netflix knows me too well. I haven't watched it yet, but has anyone else watched that? Should I Marry a Murderer on Netflix or an unaliver? I don't know. Can I say that word on here? I don't know. Should I Marry an Unaliver on Netflix? I haven't watched that yet. I also want to watch Man on Fire. I think that might be also on Netflix. And I want to watch Paradise Season 2, which is on Hulu. I want to watch both of those shows. I just haven't had the time. I don't know. It's just, it takes a lot for me to sit down and actually watch TV. I don't have there's so many things to do, so little time. So I haven't had a chance to watch them yet. But the school season is coming to an end. So maybe this summer I will have some time to catch up on some of those shows and watch them and see what they are all about, what the new seasons are about. So, yeah. The book that I was listening to, I actually just finished this book yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before. I just finished this book. It was Tell Me What You Did by Carter Wilson. This is another psychological thriller. And essentially this book was about a girl named Poe Webb, like Edgar Allan Poe, but Poe. And she was a podcaster, and she would have people call in and they would confess to like crimes or things that they did. And it was just like a judgment-free zone. And so, yeah. So that's why it was called Tell Me What You Did, because she was a podcaster and she would have people call in. And one of her like taglines would be, so tell me what you did. And they would call in and say what they did. But there's a twist. And the twist is that she becomes the interviewee. Like she's on the other side and someone is asking her, tell me what you did, Poe. And so it's a little twist. And so she doesn't know who that person is. She thinks she knows, but she doesn't know until the end. So if you are a person that likes twists and turns and psychological thrillers, I think you would like Tell Me What You Did. I listened to it. You guys know I like audiobooks. I like audiobooks because I can't sit still. but with an audiobook, I can multitask. You know, I can diamond paint and listen. I can drive to work and listen. I can go for a walk and listen. I can't do that with a physical book in my hand. That's why I like audiobooks. So yeah, I have not chosen my next book yet, but I don't know what I'm going to read yet. One of my favorite authors is S.A. Cosby. Oh my gosh, I love his books. His books are so funny. His like comedic timing in his books with certain characters, chef's kiss. It is so good. The last book that I listened to of his was Blacktop Wasteland. That was a really good book. And I just found out that he is coming out with another book at the end of this year. So I'm so excited for that. I hope he releases the physical book and the audiobook at the same time, because I don't want to have to read the audiobook. And then also his audiobooks, the person that he has narrate, dang it, what is his name? He's a famous actor. The person that he has narrate his books, he does such a good job with, like, you know, the different voices, and, you know, when it's a woman talking a little bit higher. And I don't know, I just love the narrator too, because to be honest, a narrator can make or break an audiobook. So he does a really good job of like immersing you into the book. You forget that you're listening to an audiobook, and honestly, it sounds like you are listening to like a TV show or something. That's how well he does with narrating books. So I also like S.A. Cosby's writing, but I also love his narrator. He does a really good job, and I cannot think of his narrator's name, but he's narrated most of his audiobooks. It's going to come to me in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping, and then I'm going to have to get up, get dressed, turn on my phone and the camera so I can be like, oh yeah, that's the name of the book or the narrator, because I don't remember. So I don't remember the name of the narrator. It's on the tip of my tongue too, but I could not tell you what the narrator's name is. Nope, can't tell you. Don't know. Sorry for you. Sorry, Charlie. Where did that saying even come from? Sorry, Charlie. I always think of Home Alone 3. Was it 3? With the little kid? Well, all three of them are little kids, but 3 that was not, or was it 4? That was not Macaulay Culkin, and he had the parrot. And the parrot was like, sorry, Charlie, this is not your lucky day. Anyway, my brain works in movie quotes and song lyrics. So I apologize now. That's just how my brain works. So yeah, that was what I was reading. I don't know what I'm going to read next. I'll have to look at my TBR, to be read list on Libby and see what's available, because I'm not trying to wait weeks and weeks and weeks. I need something now. I needed something yesterday. So I have to see what's available on my TBR, and then I will go from there. But yeah, does anyone else like S.A. Cosby? Have you listened to any of his audiobooks or read his books? But specifically, if you've listened to his audiobooks, man, love it. Love his audiobooks. So moving on to my health and like wellness goals. In my last Kitty Nut video, I mentioned that I was doing like this Destination 250. And so Destination 250 is where I'm trying to get to 250 check-ins with my boot camp. So that's 250 check-ins over the course of a year. So from January 1st all the way to the end of December. And so in my last video, I said that I was, you know, I'm still doing good. I'm still pretty close. But I have not let up. I still have my foot on the gas, pedal to the metal. I'm actually going to hit my 100th check-in at the end of May. Yay, go me. I'm so excited about that, because I decided, silly old me, I decided that I wanted to start this journey 2 months into the year. So I have to make up for lost time now because I didn't start it when the year started. I was, the end of February, March thinking, you know what, maybe I'll do 250 check-ins. I was like, oh man, now I have to team no sleep, no days off, because then I won't meet my goal of the 250 check-ins by the end of the year. So, but that's going really good. I am already really close to 100, and I think I'll hit 100 by the end of the year. So yay. Well, not the end of the year, the end of the month, the end of May. So yay. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that for sure. And then just keep on plucking away at it. Eventually, I will get there. I will persevere. I will get 250 check-ins. If it's the last thing I do. Well, not the last thing I do. Although sometimes it does feel like the last thing I do, because I had a near-death experience today when I was working, when I was working out. So, you know what? No comment. But yeah, I think I might have died twice today. Because remember, the workouts that I do are usually high intensity interval trainings. Yeah. And so med ball slams and rope slams and burpees and, all the things. So yeah, today tried me. It really did. It reminds me of that, is it a meme or a GIF where it's from the Marlo from Real Housewives of Atlanta? And she says something like, today tried me. Or what did she say? Oh, shoot, that is K. That is not Indiana. Pay attention. What did she say? I don't know what she said, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So, yeah. Today was a lot. But you know what? I feel stronger. I don't feel like I look any different, but I do feel stronger. So, you know what? I'll take feeling stronger. I will take it. What are your fitness goals, if you have any? I think I asked that in my last video. But if this is the first time watching a video, then you didn't answer it in my last video because you haven't watched my last video. So I'm going to ask it again. What type of workout or fitness goals do you have? Mine is to get 250 check-ins and to gain some strength. I just want to be stronger, so that's kind of my goal. And I want to be persistent. And in the past, I probably would have gotten this far and been like, you know what, Deanna? Nah. And stop going. But I'm still going. So that was also a goal, is to stick with it. And I have been. So I'm proud of myself for that. So, yeah. Something else that I wanted to talk to you guys about was I have been seeing these really cute WIP frames, like work in progress frames, on Facebook. And they put this, I think it's called decoding cream or decoding glue or clay, but it's like this thick, soft silicone based or clay based adhesive or glue stuff that you put on your WIP stand, and it just makes it look really pretty. And I was like, I want to do that. So guess what? I ordered the kit to decorate my WIP stand from Amazon, and I'm thinking about making a video doing it. Do you guys want to join me in the chaos of trying to create or decorate my WIP stand? Here's my current WIP stand. So this is what I have currently. So what they have done is they have added charms, and they've added, stuff on here. I'll insert some pictures. It's hard for me to explain, but I want to do that to mine. I want to decorate my WIP frame. So I think I might do it in a YouTube video. I don't know. We'll see how many of you actually want to see me do that. But I'm not very artistic in the sense of, I think with that there is some piping. Like it kind of reminds me of like a cake and icing. And I might have to do it like some practice rounds first because I don't know about piping. Yeah, no. So we'll see. I'm thinking about doing a video though. So these tweezers are reverse tweezers. Have you guys ever heard of reverse tweezers have you ever heard of reverse tweezers? And I'm not doing a really good job because my other tweezers bent. And so I'm trying to use these. And I used them for a while, but then I stopped using them. So now my brain is all confused because reverse tweezers work in reverse. See how like they're already closed? You have to pinch it to open it. So that's the reverse because tweezers usually come open and then you pinch it to close it. So that's why it's reverse. But yeah, my brain was not braining. So I can't pick them up as well as I used to be able to pick them up with the reverse tweezers. So, oh well, I still got the job done. Still got the job done. See, I already did this. I swear I already did this. But look at all the ones I forgot. Do y'all see any more? Because I swear, if I put these away and I have to pull them back out, I am not going to be a happy camper. But yeah, so I'm thinking about decorating my WIP frame. Well, I'm not thinking about it. I've already bought the kit from Amazon that comes with like, you know, the little jewels and everything. So TBD, y'all. We shall see. I mean, I could always just buy another frame. It's not the end of the world if I mess it up, but I prefer not to. So, yeah, we'll see. Look, this is coming along nicely. I am almost done with this. So, my sister told me that, Deanna, if you do a WIP and chat, you have to finish the section because if you don't finish the section, then it doesn't scratch the itch in my brain. So that's why I've been very intentional about trying to finish this section before I end the WIP and chat video. Okay? You happy, Jasmine? Yes. Not me calling you out by name. Yes. So. Oh, no. I forgot to. I just had that. It's okay. It's okay. It's all okay. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Did I forget this one? Yes, I did it again. Oh my goodness. Okay. You know what? This is life. Sometimes you think you have it figured out and nope. You forgot a drill. You got to go back. You got to find that color and you got to do it again. That's me right now. I am, oh, come on. It's like the fish are not biting. What is up? Okay. Got them. Got them. 9. Did I really forget all of those? Oh my gosh. I'm hoping that you guys can't see the letters, the canvas. So that way you can't be like, Deanna, you really just put that away and I'm looking at a 9 right now. Hopefully it's not close enough for you to see the actual drill field. So you don't know what I missed. I almost missed that one. See? Almost doesn't count. Doesn't count because I didn't. I almost did, but I didn't. Here we go to the arrow again. Arrow. Bada bam, bada boom. 5. And there's another arrow. Oh, that's facing the other way. Okay. Okay, don't panic. It's fine. It's all going to be fine. That is the pink arrow. but not the purple arrow. You got it. Whew. So for this kit, I am using the perforated sections that Diamond Art Club makes. You can see that they have these dotted lines, these red dotted lines. And that actually tells you how old this kit is, because now Diamond Art Club has dotted lines that are gray and not red ever since, we'll call it perforated red line gate. Perforated red line debacle, gate, whatever. But apparently, I don't know how long ago this was. This was a while ago. But Diamond Art Club printed the dotted lines on their perforated paper or plastic. But y'all, tell me why they accidentally put them on inverted. So they put them on backwards. So then the red dotted lines stained the canvas. And people were upset. I mean, fair. Especially if you have a round canvas drill, because then you can see it through the drills, right? Because there's that gapping. Oh my gosh, y'all, I forgot one. I'm going to put this here so I don't forget. They were upset because their canvases had red lines because it was in the glue because they put it on backwards. So yeah, I think that is when they decided, you know what, let's make these lines gray instead, just in case that ever happens again, it won't be as noticeable, because it was really noticeable with the red lines. And it was with some kits that were like, had white backgrounds or like colors. So yikes. They changed it to the gray lines instead of the red lines. So we're all good now. I think this is my last one. Yay. Hey, hey. I think this is my last one. Yay. Hey, hey. I think this is my last one. All right, y'all. Did I miss any? I don't think I missed any. And I think they are all laid. Let me roll over it just in case. Sorry, I keep bumping into y'all. I'm not trying to bump into y'all. I should show you my setup. Do y'all want a BTS, a behind the scenes? Because there's a lot going on over here. So I'm happy I only bumped you a few times. So that's a win for me. But we are done with this section. All done. Oh, my favorite part. My favorite part is ripping this off. Gotta rip this off. Love it. And it is done. So all done with that section. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this WIP and chat. I hope that you found some enjoyment in hanging out with me. And until the next Teacher's Lounge WIP and chat, bye-bye.